Okay, item number 15, we approve holiday policy change for handbook as part.
Okay, Julie, a couple of you commissioners requested that I make this change. Our handbook, in fact, I have it, it's being reviewed right now with the help of someone, our TAC HR consultant. And so instead of bringing the whole handbook as a whole right now, I'm just gonna kind of give you one policy at a time. Starting with this one, the holiday one. I emailed to you, and you also have in your printout packet the way it is currently in the handbook. Right now, it's the one with the blocks. And then the way I suggested that we make the change. So with that, the changes for on page 28, D6, the holidays for road crew, except law enforcement, take out that holidays are not traded and replace it with the holiday will and can be traded or observed on the Wednesday or the Thursday prior to the paid holiday time. So that will help you guys on like when Thanksgiving is observed on Thursday or Friday. Y'all can give those guys Wednesday, Thursday paid. Also the Good Friday holiday. You could alternate the Good Friday holiday for the Thursday.
So it can be
Instead of having to use admin leave like what y'all have been doing, it'd be the holiday. It's just like that straight. And then the other change is in D7, which is along at the bottom, changing the holiday for law enforcement. It's worded in here that we would bank the holiday time for law enforcement and jail personnel, and that they can take that as a holiday banked within 365 days. The way we've been doing it is we've just been paying the holiday time, so I put in here to just change it to be straight like what we've been doing, paying it, because it's so hard. We're always so short-handed in our jail. We're always so short-handed with our deputies. For them to be able to take this time off, and so we just, for some time, which it was before me, I believe that y'all in court here agreed to just pay them the holiday time instead of waiting for them to take that day off as additional day off, because it's just too hard to do that. So that is my request, that we make that change, as I've noted in yellow, on D6 and D7 of holiday time. I need someone from y'all to agree to approve that.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Gordon?
I'm not sure yet. So what you're saying is the holiday falls on a Friday?
Yes, if it falls on a Friday, like Good Friday, and the day after Thanksgiving, you guys would be able to, instead of using admin time on the Wednesday, you could let your guys have Wednesday and Thursday off, so they get 2 days off. Basically, you're getting an extra day off.
Right. I'm okay with that.
It's where we're on the 410s, on the road hands,
Yeah.
and they miss a lot of the actual holidays that are the county holidays.
Well, and sometimes Christmas, you know, because it rotates around on what days it falls on. There might be some years that Christmas might fall that way as well.
And as for y'all making a motion, I want to just be clear, for the holidays for the law enforcement to change that to paying them too. So I want to make.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Okay.
All right, item number 16, review, correct, and approve health plan policy, employee handbook, part.
Okay, again, this is page 27 of our employee handbook, section B. There was just we just missed an error in our handbook. Has, because our handbook, we copied that from TAC and also from other counties, when we implemented the 2019 employee handbook. And in it, it says completion, that employees have to be completion of 90 days and then first of month. but that is not the way our health plan is, currently, or has been over the years. It actually is after 60 days employment and then first a month, then a new hire is eligible for health insurance. And so I just need to make that correction in the employee handbook on page 27 again of section D on health plans. Again, I gave y'all a printout and also emailed to you the way it is currently, where it says completion in 90 days, and then where I've changed it to say 60 days employment, then first a month following the date of hire. So I'm just requesting that we make that change.
Make a motion.
Have a motion,
Second.
and a second, all in favor? Unanimous vote. Item number 17, review and approve tax employment, health, dental, vision, life insurance renewal plan for FY 2024 department.
And again, it is insurance renewal time. And I also give you a insurance renewal packet. If you wanna take that packet and take a look at it, I provided for you the 12-month medical report, which kind of shows you, our contribution, and the utilization of the medical plan. Our total contribution was $394,982. Our average employees, on the plan is 38. And then, as you can see on that page 4, what TAC has paid out, $194,000 in medical, and that's pharmacy, medical. The next page is page 5, the dental plan. Again, we've had an average of 37 members on that plan. Total contributions by us, $11,791. We've utilized 9,384, so it looks like there's a lot of people we really utilize in the dental plan. And then you get to page 6. I've given you our rate sheet of our cost. It's going up just a little bit. On the medical, it's going to be an increase of 3.5%. The dental is going down just a little bit, as well as the vision. But the overall, there is an increase. If you look kind of down there in the middle, our total increase is $27.94 per employee, and our new insurance rate per employee would be $923.72. And then there's some changes that Texas Association of Counties is making to some of our benefits. And I have Mr. Ernesto Martinez with Texas Association of Counties Health Insurance Plan, and I have him, and I'm going to give him the floor to kind of speak to you guys regarding the insurance renewal.
Judge, Commissioners, good morning, everybody. Yes, so overall, compared to the ongoing increasing costs of healthcare, as you know, pharmacy costs, drug costs, everything keeps going skyrocketing and everything, and we pretty much don't have control over that and what's going on. But your claims, as Ms. Parks, the treasurer, had mentioned, your claims are looking very well right now. The trend as far as the Texas healthcare costs, the trend of the increasing costs of that, as we mentioned in your renewal letter, it's between 7 and 13%. That's the cost or the trend of healthcare services. Our pool average this year, after looking at all of our claims, not just here in Fisher County, all the claims of all the members over in our pool, we look at the contributions and the claims that we paid out for all the pool. So the needed increase that it came, or the pool average that came out for all of our pool members, was a 6.2%. Okay, so that's the average. Okay, that's gonna be the average of pool members that increase that are getting. Your claims were very much very favorable, much better compared to other members in our pool. So that's why you're not getting the 6.2, you're getting a 3.5%. Okay, if that average was a 3%, your renewal would have been much different, would have been lower as well. Okay, but because you belong to a pool of over almost close to 48,000 lives in our pool, that's where we try to spread that cost to help keep not only the cost down here for Fisher County, but for all of our members in our pool, okay? So, our board elected to go out for an RFP on the dental, vision, and our life products as well. So as you can see, your dental did go down at the, because of the result, we have put all the dental, vision, and the medical products under Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they were able to come back and give us very good pricing for this renewal. Okay, so as you can see, your dental did go down, and your vision did go down. So as you can see, as Ms. Parks put, she had highlighted the vision plan that you have currently right now. It's a very good vision plan, but I do also want to point out, you pay 100%, the court pays 100% of the employee-only premium for the vision, okay? If you want to entertain and looking at the premium, there's a premium plan as well, where there's a more allowance for the employees to use to get their glasses, to get contact lenses. The premium is, as you can see here, if you go get a vision exam, it's a $10 copay right now. If you move to the premium plan, it's a $0 copay. And the allowances to get frames and contact lenses, as you can see here, currently right now, the allowance is $130, okay? With the premium plan, it goes up to $180, okay? So there are some perks, some richer benefits on the premium. There is some added cost to that. So the cost currently for this renewal is $4.58. If you want to offer and provide a little more richer plan for the employees, it will be $7.86. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that that is available. You can actually go down to a base plan where there's lesser benefits concurrently what you want to have that you have now. I don't think you want to do that because your employees are already on a very good plan right now. So I just want to let you know there is a premium plan option for your vision if you do want to consider moving over to that. Okay, so it is, but it is an additional cost for doing that. As far as your dental benefits, there is some dental enhancements for anybody, any adults on the dental plan who wants orthodontics or like braces. You can get those now starting October 1st, okay? If you have dependents on your plan and there's still the 26 age limit right there. But if you, right now with your dental plan, anybody over age 26 cannot get orthodontic benefits, okay? But starting October 1st, that's changed. That we're waiving that. If you're an adult, active employee, spouse, if you need braces, you can get braces if you want to as well. So those are some enhanced benefits there. We're going to be covering implants as well on the dental plan as well. More and more times are changing. Implants are being recommended for people to get if they're missing a tooth, if the tooth has to get extracted, replacing it instead of a bridge where you have to tear down 2 teeth that are right next to it just to fill that spot. Implants are getting more popular and popular. So we have added those implant procedures to the plan as well, so that way it'll be available in case anybody wants to or that needs that services and everything. The only other thing I want to is to bring your attention is the wellness programs. As I mentioned, the increasing cost of healthcare, medical, pharmacy drugs, they keep going up. Why do they keep going up? Because we live in a free market. It's what it is. And they can charge whatever they want. Hospitals, doctors, the pharmaceutical companies, they can charge whatever they want for those drugs, okay? The one thing that we do have control of is ourselves, okay? So we want to encourage the court, the county to keep inviting myself and the wellness consultant who is Mark Zolich. Okay, you have a wellness consultant that is designated to Fisher County. Keep encouraging us or ask us to come out here and promote wellness, because if you have the information to take care of yourself, okay, you won't have to need to go to the doctor unless it's really necessary, okay? So we just highly encourage you. We're not in the business of telling people what to do as far as you need to eat better, you need to walk more, or anything like that. That is that individual's choice. But we're here to give them information in order to make those choices for themselves. So I just highly encourage us to invite us to keep coming back once or twice a year or even more. We are here at your disposal. We'll be here anytime you want us to talk to your employees. And with that, that's all I have to say. Unless you have any questions about the renewal at all.
Any questions?
Another thing I would like to also let y'all know is, they've also added Walmart vision centers as a, so now we can also go to Walmart. Some of us, we weren't able to do that, but Walmart's a little bit more convenient. You can go in there for your eye doctor and then go shopping. So just wanted to add that little bit of knowledge to you that Walmart's now added to their plan.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Myra.
Thank you, Ernest, I appreciate it.
Pleasure of the court.
So with that, I bring to you to approve the renewal with the new rates. He talked about on the dental plan. I left us on the standard in the middle, because when comparing the value plan versus the premium, there's only $5 difference in the progressive lens copay. The other change was for contact lenses, the difference is one plan offers $180, the other one's $130. Then let's see. That was really the two differences, and the cost was double what the value plan is. Almost double. So it was saying on the value plan, that's just my recommendation. And so that's what I gave to you as the potential for the renewal. And I just need you gentlemen to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the renewal of the value plan on the dental.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, we will continue with Ms. Parks. Item 18, TCDRS retirement plan.
Okay, and thank you.
Judge, I have to get to another county, so if you excuse me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Lisa Drix. Sure money, it's your future, own it, it's their new motto. They've asked that, again, we have emailed out, we've mailed packets, we've verbally asked. If you have not gone online with TCDRS, you need to go online and register yourself online because they are going green. Effective October 1, there'll be no more paper. There'll be no more fax for TCDRS. They want to do everything online. So they're asking that we get everyone to go online so that they can communicate with you via email, and or when you get ready or you want to see your retirement, you can go online. You can make changes to your address. If you have a change in life event, you can make those changes yourself online. Also, they want you to go online so that you can confirm your beneficiaries, because a lot of these, especially some of you, if you've been employed for a long time, you need to verify who's on there as your beneficiary. Hadn't happened to us, but apparently somewhere there's somebody that's put beneficiaries that should not have been the correct beneficiaries. Some of, the past way with TCDRS was we faxed the form to them and they put in the beneficiaries. So there was some mistakes made because you have human error. It happens. So they're asking that you go in and verify, make sure that the correct beneficiary is who's listed for you, because you never know what can happen or will happen to you. So the beneficiary is a real important thing to verify. As far as our plan, we are staying the same with the retirement rate. The group term life did decrease just slightly 5.15%. We're at 0.57% on the group term life, which is what pays an employee death benefit, to their annual salary or a retiree of $5,000. Our funded ratio did change just a little bit to 99.1%. But we are in real good shape with our TCDRS retirement plan. So it is time again that we need to, these numbers also will affect your budgets, our budgets in the fiscal year 2024. So I just need you to approve the changes, which is a decrease.
I'll need a copy of all that so I can plug that into the budget numbers.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'll make the motion to approve it with the changes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, thanks. All in favor? All right, item 19, this is just for information only. 8 bridges are gonna be repaired, through tax dots, 100% federal funding, cost the county nothing. County Road, 449, 424, 166, 117, 170, 212, 305, and 339.
I reached out to them and, it sounded like the projects weren't gonna start till 2025.
Yeah, they've already come out there and sort of warned on mine. That's one thing about it is we don't have to do any in-kind work on these all the time. Before we had to put it up our portion, now we don't, so that's gonna make it real nice.
Told me that on 234, I don't know what I got on 212.
Yeah, mine might have to.
Tina, you wanna go into longevity since we're in the?
Yes, sir, Ken.
Judge, I got a question on the bridges that are on there for the commissioners. Did y'all answer back anything on the emails that were sent to you, or do I need to answer back? We're good.
I answered back on mine.
You did on yours, Preston?
I met with them out there about 6 weeks ago or a month ago or whatever on my bridge, but if there's anything else, we answer it back, whatever they need.
Joy, do you have the numbers for, electricity? We're gonna go back up to item 6.
And I just got this in whenever we went on break, which is why you don't have it in your packet.
Our current rates show you what things are going up. Current rate's 4.7. Quite a bit of difference.
Judge, who are we currently with?
Becky, they all bid on it, so.
Oh, yeah, I know, I just-
Yeah, I don't know who's actually carried it.
Right now, we have APG&E.
Is it APG&E?
Right now, we have APG&E, yes.
Okay.
3 points cheaper.
Do it.
much meat in every one.
Go with the cheaper one.
How long y'all want to go?
Go to 5 years, go.
Your best rates on a 4-year with 3 points.
Go from there later. Not likely it's gonna go down.
I say the best one, but
48 months.
the 12 months is actually the cheapest one on it, but over a long period, how much are we gonna go up over the next 5 years on electricity?
Exactly. We're 40 something right now. Probably say you go with the 60.
And
You
if you go
said
60,
we're
it's
in,
not much difference in 40.
4.76.
Well, if we would did the 5-year with the 3 point, that's not a huge increase over the 5-year period on the electricity going up. We don't have a monthly meter fee with them or the congestion fee. I'd make a motion to go with 3 point
For 60 months.
for the 60-month period.
I'll second it.
Motion second, all in favor? Unanimous, passed. Carried. That's the motion. Okay. We're gonna go into workshop, I'm gonna let Gina go over the longevity, we don't have a lot over today, because we don't have any numbers, but you have what people are asked for, the service stuff.
Yeah, I sent them in y'all's little packet, I sent you whoever requested, if they didn't, most people, if they didn't turn the land, they're not requesting anything, I assume. So,
Gina, go ahead with your longevity.
Okay. Okay, the longevity, and this is according to how the handbook reads. We have a grand total of $24,300 that will be paid out, to all the employees and elected officials who have been with the county, 5 years or more. I'd like to commend Ms. Pat Thompson for 24 years of service with the county. I think she deserves a round of applause. Pat, 24 years, that's a long time, thank you.
Sympathy card.
We also have Gordon, Johnny Lou, and Georgie with 18 years, Preston with 14 years, and Judge Hope with 8 years. Several others with 7, 6, and 5. I won't go over each name, but it's on the paper that I gave to you. I need you gentlemen to approve those numbers.
well,
Yeah.
on the longevity, cause I think a couple of commissioners were talking about maybe changing the longevity.
Make this change,
And
okay?
so I put a proposed one in there, but I figured they would discuss it. I don't think we have to approve it until right
Okay.
when they do the
No, we're
budget.
not gonna approve, we're in this.
Okay, well, that's the numbers it is as it stands with the handbook, according to what the handbook reads.
Thank you, Gina.
Okay, you're welcome.
That's all them tax doesn't get for you.
I don't know if y'all got this or not, but VA is requesting, 10,000 increase in salary line item for victim services and 15,000 for secretary for additional, secretary for no very good. Those are what they're asking, we don't have to do that, in case y'all are wondering, we want 25,000 more from Fisher County.
I think we need to see what Nolan and Mitchell County is gonna do on that. Those 3 ways.
Yes, I agree.
No, I was talking to Heidi, they don't know yet, so.
You wanna read off what everybody else requested?
Hey, y'all got that copy right in your email, whatever they requested? Who all turned in a request? You did, okay.
The numbers will be up, what, 29?
Yes, we don't know the numbers, I just plugged in last year's revenue, so we don't know the numbers until the end of July. July 25th, actually.
There'll be a lot of changes before we get to it, I know last year the commissioners cut their budget and their part-time,
Pays every kid.
so we can make the law enforcement work. I think we need to move it back where we can keep a full-time all year, a part-time all year long. I think it was just $2,000 or $3,000 off. I think we need to put that 2,000 back in there, or whatever it comes up to, where we can have a part-time all year long.
Did y'all move that to your salary to your quarter?
No, we just cut that out, and we're trying to keep the law, we were short last year, and we tried to keep the law enforcement center going.
Y'all got extra in, your, part-time. Think you moved it up where you think you pay them more, isn't that right, Jen?
Yeah, as I say, it was still, originally, it got talked about moving it up to where y'all could have a part-time, full-time, not really full-time, but part-time, 58 hours every payroll, which is 30 and 29 hours a week. But then whenever it came down to budget, it got, the jail was short. So that number was originally like 22,000, which it's more than that because you gotta think the FICA, the retirement, all those numbers also change when you change the payroll line item. But y'all did take off, like Preston said, I think $2,000, so it's like 20,000 in your budget.
We're just short a couple thousand,
So,
and we
You
can't
know,
take
you
that
each
out.
did 2,000, so it was 4,000 off that line item, and then a little bit more came off those other line items.
So
But it
you
wasn't
move
a
that
big
back, so
change.
it's the same.
Yeah, just, all I'm asking is just we can have enough funds in there that we can pay a part-time all year long. We're gonna be a couple of thousand short, and
You got 20,000 in there budgeted.
what is it, 22 or 23 now to have one all year long?
Yeah, it's just a little bit more, 20.
It's not a whole lot of money, just so
22,000,
we're not
something
short,
like
we're gonna
that.
have to pull that out of the pipeline or something else to fund that last month. The last month, we're gonna be short part-time.
Anything else you guys wanna look at?
So that would be under salary overtime, I'm just writing down
So it's
the
gonna be part-time,
salary overtime and part-time. We've got two, so y'all want 22 or 23?
whatever, Gina has run the numbers, whatever it takes to have a part-time employee all year long,
Okay,
whatever the number
I'm
comes
gonna make a
to.
note of that.
Since we don't have the numbers yet, what are y'all thinking, the increase in salaries across the board, what's your gut feeling about that?
I don't think 5% is gonna keep up with what's going on in this world.
I don't think we necessarily need to do the salary, but their time in service. We need to come up with something on that.
Talking
Because,
about on the longevity plan?
yeah, on that,
It's almost two different items, because one's a cost
yeah,
of living increase, and then you've got the longevity that you can come back.
The only thing about the longevity, you get it once a year, they get it now.
Well, that's true, but the other good thing about the longevity is when you walk away when Pat leaves, that saves the taxpayers money, because that goes away and you gotta start all over, so
Well, I understand that,
two
that's.
trains of thoughts.
Just trying to get rid of this.
I put a proposed longevity in there. She can,
It's all days.
like, that showed what they're getting now and then, like, just bumping it up, so like, I just put like, if you've been here 4 years, you get $2,000, so you're here 6 years, you get 3, 8 years, 4, 10, 5, 15, 6, like a scale, so that Pat, she'd get 7,000 this year, she's been here 24 years. And then it caps at 30.
Which that's fine, but. you-
That gives them more money, if the longer you're here, the more you make.
It gives them more money, but it don't help them pay their bills now.
No, you
Well, I mean, you could do a cost of living, but you could also do the
You have to do
longevity.
cost of living raise every year.
They
You
got
have to.
to raise.
You're in charge, I've got a conference call.
I'd like to address who all got the extra help this year. It seemed what our district clerk's asking for more help. Who else asked for more help?
I think the district clerk's the only one who asked for more help this year. She asked for another part-time. She's the only one that asked for more help.
I think I'm gonna ask them more help, we need another full-time thing instead of a part-time.
fuel,
And fuel,
More
everything
fuel.
else.
Material.
Yep. Some
materials,
things
and
got-
you got enough fuel.
Double
money,
in the
you
triple.
can't go get any material like that.
But that all goes back at the end of the budget, where all you give everything else, it won't be done enough for us. Yeah. That's the way we've always done it.
Any other big increases we need to know about, or we done?
Well, I know we've got to increase our liability insurance. Ernesto had told me, or one of them that they'd come about on it, we had to increase it, and the electricity obviously will have to increase.
You got some numbers on that, how much the increase is gonna be on them items?
I think I plugged it into the budget already. But we don't know what we're getting in yet, so we don't really
Maybe
know our numbers.
these air conditioners will help save a little bit. More efficient.
They're lower rate than what we had.
I think I added 25,000 to the insurance. And then the electricity, I added quite a bit, cause I didn't know the numbers yet, but I just kinda guessed,
Cool.
so. I know those are increased, I think we had a $600 increase on our software for Hill Country.
And I had to increase the election budget
Yeah.
just because,
That's election, but she's gonna have elections.
if the governor signs one of the bills, we're gonna be paying for it, so there's nothing we can do about that. So I had to raise it, I think 15,000,
15,000.
just in case.
From what?
I don't remember what it was before I
Do you know what
started
that
this.
number is?
Did it go up 15,000?
No, I said, yeah, I told her to raise it 15,000, because if this bill passes, we're gonna be out some more money. And since we don't know yet, we'll just have to wait and see. But that's not something we can control.
So nobody's really asked for anything major.
Everybody asked for, raises.
Raises, and so I think that's all.
I think the treasurer asked for 3%, JP asked for 5%.
Biggest thing is like what we talked about, the annual cost with the longevity deal.
Yeah.
Because then you're really, if we go in and do salary, I mean, we got several people here that, when they walked away, you've got over 2 decades of experience. Should somebody that doesn't have a single year of experience get the same salary?
No, you just started, should we start you at the bottom when we did?
There you go.
But it's still nothing, even what we get now.
That's
It's
what
nothing.
you
That's what
got.
I'm saying.
It's hard to draw new employees if you're not paying them enough to.
Well, that's why you would do longevity with the annual cost of living.
Yeah, I mean, the longevity's good, but most people, we're just a stepping stone because we don't pay enough to keep them.
They still have to recruit them.
That's where you go, cause that
And
longevity
I mean, you
makes,
can't blame them.
that longevity makes up for the lack of initial pay. And then that annual cost of living's to help with the yearly increase. Cause most places you go in government work, that's exactly how they're gonna do it for you. They won't do this, we bump a salary up.
Yeah.
Cause at the end, you know, well, Pat's the perfect example. You got somebody who's got 24 years experience. You got somebody with that 1 year experience coming in. So they're gonna make the same pay she's making leaving if we keep doing the salary.
Well,
To
they're
where
still
if-
gonna make the same as she's making, they're just not gonna get her 24 years of longevity. It's the same difference, I mean, it's like you walk in, whatever one before you's making, you're making. With this longevity.
But because that's where the salary's set.
Yeah, that's one, it is, but,
Eventually, they can hit the 24 years and make the pay she's making. But during that time period, the taxpayers are paying less money.
yeah, ask Pat what she's making 24 years ago on a paycheck, see how low it was now.
Yeah, but you're not
You don't
changing,
get the pay raise, that don't count.
you're not changing the salary from what it is now.
I understand that, but when you get a 5% raise, you don't get to count that longevity in that pay raise.
But you said it exactly a while ago. I mean,
Yeah.
we're a stepping stone, right?
We are.
So,
But I don't know how most of our employees live, to be honest with you, because you go to the grocery store and spend what they make in a week,
yeah.
in one day. So, I mean, you know, and used to, we could find some old retired guys, which they already had a supplement, so yeah, this worked perfect for them, but there's not none of those left.
pay for experience. Salary,
So it's still,
It's
yeah, we
supposed to
still need
be
to raise
for
every
experience.
year and then just fix our longevity to
Yes.
help, to give our employees an incentive to stay with us.
yes.
Cause someone who has started over with employees, that's a nice selling point, you know? Especially the way we have it set up, because you don't pay longevity, if you leave in the middle of the year, you don't get that longevity. You don't get a portion of it, you don't get any of it. So that gives you an incentive to stay with me through September of your year anyway, not just decide, yeah, I don't wanna do this, cause you're gonna lose that longevity pay. And I know everybody kinda thinks that's hard sometimes, but as the boss, I like it. Cause it gives that incentive to not quit you like in the middle of my election in March.
All I'm saying is 5% of what some of these employees make is not much. I mean, oh God.
So you think we should back?
Well, I mean, you got people working for $23,000 a year?
Oh, I'm not bragging about that.
It's just not, I mean, 5% on that's not very much.
No, it's not very much.
5% on some of these other people that's been here forever get a little bit more because they've been here so long. But you've just followed your raises up. You really never notice it.
The problem is we went a whole bunch of years with no raises.
You're exactly
And we
right.
fell behind.
But when they raised the inflation this year, they didn't go back and see how many years they didn't raise it.
Nope.
They just raised it where they wanted it. I'm just saying we need to take better care of our employees. I mean, we've got money. It's to take care of the county.
Yeah, but with them having the money too, we don't keep the money if we're not smart about how we use
You're
it.
exactly right, but.
So just because we have it doesn't mean we have to spend it. And that's the whole point of looking at everything. Yes, we need to take care of the employees, but if you do annual cost of living and the longevity together, that's more of a pay raise than just the 5%.
You're right.
So that's the big thing. I
Well,
mean,
at the
that's
end of the
getting the
day-
pay you're talking
At the end
about.
of the day, that little 5% don't pay the bills.
I know, but that's why you do both, if you were looking at doing it.
Yeah.
Because then you're actually giving them a sustainable amount of income that doesn't affect the taxpayer constant. Because when that person changes, that amount will drop back down to a lower amount each time,
The
and then they can
longevity
build their
always-
way back up.
And then they gotta wait 5 years to get it, to even start building it,
So,
so.
but I mean, the way it's set right now, but we can address that when we go through it, can we? With the longevity,
You can.
to where it's
It
not
sounds
set
good.
on the 5-year
It
period.
sounds good after you've been here 24 years, is what it sounds like.
But I mean, you're talking about the longevity is a problem because we have to wait the 5 years for somebody to see longevity. Well, longevity starts from the time, if you were to do longevity, it truly needs to start from the time you take office. Because most other government agencies that do this, they do the annual cost of living increase, and then you have longevity. That longevity increase is yearly, not
That's
5
the way ours
years
works.
from now.
That's the way ours works.
So-
Longevity. It's
so
based
you-
on date of hiring when they take office, and it's calculated over time. We just have a closing marker of October 1st before, that's kind of our cutoff, because that's the beginning of our fiscal year.
So Pat's been here 24 years, so you're gonna go back to where she started 24
No.
years and give her all this extra money?
No.
No, I just
That makes
did
it worthwhile.
I just did a
Yeah, wait,
scale.
still.
I just did a scale of how much after so many years, you should have gotten in. I just was an example that y'all could do.
Oh, I understand
And
the
then that
scale.
way, it just increases every,
Yes,
2
you
years.
have to have a floor max because of what you're paying.
Right.
Oh, yeah, well, we had a cap on what little it was right now, but we took it off, several.
Oh, yeah, cause I'd be making a lot more if we hadn't.
well, 150 years.
Not much.
Anything really
Not much.
funny.
But we took when we took the cap off,
This one
because I
I-
was capped.
Yeah, this one
We
I
took the cap
recommended
off.
30 years. Pat, are you gonna stay here 30 years?
No, I'd be lucky if I stayed with you.
Can we get that right?
Huh? Yeah. No, Gordon, I'm staying as long as you're here.
You might not be
Just-
staying very long.
I'd hate to leave too soon, make y'all happy.
Is there anything else?
Well, whatever y'all wanna discuss, if you wanna
I'll tell you mine, I'll do mine right now, so we always do everybody's by department, I didn't ask for anything, so there we go, mine's done.
No longevity or nothing.
Yeah, yeah, I'll go to me and you'll have to talk after. I mean, yes, raises, but of course, but I didn't, I know how that works, so that's, as far as supplies, I'm good. The only thing I did raise was the preservation and archive money, which are my, designated funds. I think I have like over $100,000 in each of them, and I raised it a little bit because I wanna have some books read in this next year. I've got somebody coming to look at them, and I didn't put that in last year's budget, so I raised it so I can get some work done.
Yeah.
But I have over 100,000 in both of them, so
You could donate that to the budget.
I can't donate that actually by law.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Gina already said that's all you asked for was 3%.
I just asked for a raise, all my rest of my budget stayed the same.
Yeah, 5% the JP. And Gina Parks Paisley asked for a part-time administrative assistant on top of the one she already has.
I think it was 10,000.
10,000, she asked for 10,000 for another part-time. And I'll judge tell you what the district attorney asked for. Oh, and Nick, was asking for, he wanted an increase in his travel. I think it's 6,000, and then he wanted a little bit more in his stock show, I think.
How much is his travel now?
Really right there. He didn't give me a sheet, so I gotta pull it up.
Does his travel include his motel and all that stuff?
Yes.
And eating and all?
My computer couldn't log in, I apologize, it wouldn't let me.
What number is he, Jackie?
So it's like, he came in here and just told me a while ago, and I wrote it
No, I
down.
meant what number is it in the budget, I can tell you the result.
Here we go. Got it. He's asking for, he's got $6,000 in stock shows expense, and he wants 7,500, and then on his travel stipend, 6,000, he wants 10.
And how much?
10.
So it's 15 and another 25.
Yeah, 1,500.
But once he's asking for $4,000.
He's asking for actually 5,
Yeah, it's 4 on
Yeah.
that.
cause he had 6,000 originally, and that's 4 on that, and he asked for 1,500 more on his stock show expense.
500.
That ain't bad.
No, not with all the hotels and stuff they're having to stay with. I guess, are they picking up more stock shows is why he's asking for the 1,500 extra for stock shows?
Yeah. And the travel more with it, I think.
Basically, we just have to wait until we know what kind of money we're gonna get and we start cutting.
Is there anything y'all want me to plug in or put in besides I wrote down the commissioner's extra money? Do y'all want
We're
us
gonna have to
figure-
add in fuel, fuel, everything's, and supply, everything's went up.
That's hard to know until we get our numbers from the appraisal district.
Biggest thing on the fuel right now, they're talking about, oil's supposed to shoot back up to 100 to 150 a barrel within the next couple months.
According on that raise, you think 5% is too low, is there a percentage that you wanna see in
I'm
payroll
just saying
numbers?
5% of what you make now is not $100 a month.
It's not.
It's like not getting a raise.
No, it's not.
So is there a number?
I'm
you
not
said?
I'm not asking for any
What?
elected officials, but I mean, your employees need to be able to make a little more money because inflation has really
Yes.
a lot more than what they're getting.
Groceries is about 12%, and overall it's like 8%.
So I'm just saying 5% is not,
Do you want us to do some numbers, like Gina can do some numbers and I can plug them into the budget?
Well,
We
the
could do
biggest thing,
several different ones.
the biggest thing is how do we actually set a
Well, we
true
know we
percentage
can't.
right now without seeing any numbers?
You can.
I mean, we could sit here all day
You
and
can
say
ask for
5%
anything you
because
want, but you
it
may
isn't
not get it.
much, but
Yeah.
till we see the numbers in front of us, we can't actually set.
Well,
it.
that's why I'm asking for the percentage, cause I can do on my template where it shows you, you know, several different percentages, and it shows you how all those numbers change, going all the way down the
I'd say
payroll.
do from
Because it's
5
not
to
just a
15%.
one line item, there's
We're gonna do
multiple.
three to seven,
Do all
you're
the
gonna
15
still have to
making
go
you
down,
think?
set up, we don't have money on that.
Yeah, you could, well, you could work it till a higher
5%.
number and see with
It's not gonna be
whatever.
enough for no 15%, I can tell you that right now.
We just have to see where the numbers blow in. See.
Yeah, but you can sit there and spit out numbers all day till we actually see something.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying we ought to consider giving more than 5% if we can.
Right.
Or just give a set number
Yeah.
instead of 5%, just give, it'd be better if you give everybody just a set number, that way everybody's getting the same thing across the board. Cause if you go by percentage, everybody gets a different raise.
Yeah.
That's where the money comes in when you do a percentage, but, you know, we could do it just for our employees, give them a little more money, I don't care if I get any more.
Oh, I'm not
But,
opposed to paying anybody.
You know, I'm not asking for me a raise, I want our employees to be able to pay their bills at the end of the week, you know, and not have to work extra
Well, that
jobs.
means we keep them.
Well, we need to
Some of
keep
your
them.
elected officials do that too, Gordon, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I was talking about those commissioners,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, cause
you get-
there's some of us that don't have
Yeah, there's
also a
some of us
separate
that-
business.
We don't get
that
so
we do
much
also.
like the judge and some of them, they don't.
This
do
is
that.
our
I
pay.
know, oh, I know.
So, I'm talking about these people that are out here working, you know, every day trying to survive, it's tough.
Do the numbers on something like that, with
Yeah,
a dollar
I can-
hour raise versus a percentage and see.
Yeah, I can plug those numbers and give you a table that shows you different percentage levels and how much it affects your payroll. And I can get with Becky and that longevity, include some of those longevity examples, so, cause longevity also affects not just one line item, it's all those other numbers as well, so that you guys can see some differences
Yeah, cause
of how much it'll change your budget.
That's why when it gets budget time, we're running through ourselves because it changes all those numbers. So
Yeah.
that's
I
why.
think that's why
It's very time, I mean, and I just know, cause, you know, Gordon, you already came to me and asked about adding another full-time, and, you know, it's like $42,000 increase to your budget, just adding that one employee by the time you add insurance, the retirement, and all those other numbers. And that was with decreasing your part-time, which I have that printed for you at my desk, by the way. The part-time and overtime down to 10,000, so you still have that to run for overtime, if you did make another full-time.
I think they're just asking for y'all to give them something so we can have, so when we come back to court, they're not having to run back and forth,
Yes,
plugging in
yes.
numbers. Just
Yeah,
something
cause
so
it's not,
so y'all can look at all of it.
it's not as easy as saying, well, I wanna shave $3,000 off that line item.
We understand
Yes,
that.
we can do that, but that's what takes me and Becky some time, is cause shaving off that one line item for us in the payroll,
In the payroll
especially,
amount.
it
Figure out,
changes a
say
lot of
whatever
things.
5% is and go back and figure out what $1 an hour would be. See what the difference is,
That's what I would say.
you know, and then, you know, if we could give more than $1, I'm okay with giving more than $1. I mean, but I know we gotta
It's just
stay in the
easier to
budget.
do the percentage than the dollar, because like the one year we did the dollar, it came back and bit us because you
Yeah,
did a
that was
dollar
bad.
on this person, but you only did that one at $1. Well, then all of a sudden, this one was making more, and
Yeah,
then there
that's
was a
where
couple that are making more than the sheriff, and you can't have,
Yeah, that's where we had problems.
that's where we had a problem with throwing dollars here and $2 there, and it was easier if you went across the board with the percentage.
Sheriff is elected.
Huh?
The sheriff is elected,
Correct.
so I'm not saying give the sheriff a raise, I'm just saying everybody that's elected is in a, it's
You're
already
talking
making so
employees.
much more. But if you look, our road foremen make more than we do,
They
They
do.
make almost what I make.
Yeah, they do.
you know? The only reason that ours is just a few dollars more is because we get vehicle expense. You know, if you take our vehicle expense off, we're working for what this young lady's working for, about $23,000 a year.
It's 34. because
That's
that-
with the vehicle expense.
That's with the $10,000
Yeah,
travel
exactly.
added in there, the $10,000.
You can go buy that fuel and buy them tires and see how much that
Yeah,
$10,000
and
pays
it's
for.
not enough. I agree with you, it's not enough.
Not now, not since COVID, everything's gone up. So when I run those numbers, since that is part of the number, I usually get that also with that 5% increase on your travel. But that's the way we've been doing it in the past.
I didn't think you went in that travel.
Yeah, it has been being factored in. We've split it out now, I asked Becky last year to split it out, cause it's a stipend, so that you can see it on there.
Well, that's the only thing that's making our retirement work, Rick. When you're not doing it for retirement from the county, I promise you. You know, I've been here 20 years, I could draw $900 a month, woo-hoo. I won't even pay my electric bills. You think I can retire? No.
Better turn the lights off when you leave.
I guess so. I just even how to get back home. Y'all know what I'm saying?
know
Everybody
exactly
thinks that
what
we're
you're
just
saying.
knocking it out of the park, well, they're wrong.
Okay, so I'll work on that and I'll get that for you.
Just give us some different options.
Yes.
And just
Okay.
see where it comes up. I mean,
Okay.
you know, I know y'all say, well, I mean, yeah, the road foremen, they make more than the others, but do they do any more? I don't know if they do or not.
Some
Not
of them
really.
do, I've seen it, they take on a lot of extra responsibility.
They do. They got a lot of extra responsibility. And yeah, I know, they take a vehicle home. If they didn't, you wouldn't keep them, because they couldn't afford to buy gas back then.
Okay.
It's hard on us to keep hens. You can't find a hen that can do everything that we require them to do for what we pay them. They're gonna go somewhere to make the big bucks.
You're not paying for we're not paying enough for certified.
No, but we expect it.
We expect,
We have to
yes,
have it.
yes.
I mean,
We're
we
supposed to have it.
There's just always those few that wants to work. Anybody else wanna complain? Joey?
Don't open it there.
Y'all ready to go? I entertain a motion
We got to do.
to adjourn.
We got payroll to do.
Y'all want it?